Hi guys, I'm Mrs. B and this is Art Life. I'm super passionate about this lesson today because it's the very beginning of using colour and using paint, I guess, in the art room for me. And it's all about the primary colours. Can you name what the primary colours are? They're red, yellow and blue. And they're super important because they actually make every single colour in the whole wide world. It's amazing. Now today we're just going to focus on what happens when you mix two primary colours together. It actually creates a brand new colour and that's called a secondary colour. And today we're going to create an artwork using our painting skills, our drawing skills and our colour mixing skills to see what happens. Before that, I'm going to read you a fantastic book called the Colouroos. It's very Australian and it's fantastic at showing you what happens when you mix blue, red and yellow together. So come join me and let's have a go. Now today for this task, all you'll need is your watercolours, a brush to paint with and some water, as well as something to draw with, like a pencil or a fine liner permanent pen. Now before we get into any painting today, I need to teach you something that's really important when it comes to learning about art. And it's actually day one of my first class whenever I'm teaching primary students, because it's the very start of colour. And that is the primary colours. We're going to learn about blue, yellow and red today. And to do that, I'm going to read you a fantastic book by Anna McGregor called Colouroos. Deep in the heart of the red centre lived a mob of red kangaroos. During a long, hot drought, the thirsty roos went searching for water. They hopped past the fire truck that brumbled down the dirt road. They hopped past the rusted stop sign, noticing all the things red. They hopped through the field of desert pea flowers. They hopped and hopped, but where would they stop? Meanwhile, where the blue mountains met the sky, a mob of thirsty blue kangaroos left their home in search for water. They hopped through the towering blue gum forest. They hopped in the cool shadows of the bluestone cottages. They hopped past the busy bowerbird decorating its nest with anything blue. They hopped and they hopped, but where would they stop? Can you see a few other blue things in this page? Beyond the glittering skyscrapers of the Gold Coast, at a secluded beach of golden sand, a mob of yellow roos stirred from their slumber in search of fresh water. They hopped through the puffs of soft wattle. They hopped past curious cockatoos. They hopped along sun-drenched driveways. They hopped and they hopped, but where would they stop? Look, it's all of them. Yellow, blue and red. Look, and there's some rainbow lorikeets hiding over there too. Each mob thought the others looked strange, but they all drank the cool water. They were all scared of dingoes. They all leaped with long legs. They all ate the juicy grass. At night time, when the colour left to dance in the sky above, they were all the same. The darkness takes away the colour, doesn't it? After many moons rose and fell, something extraordinary happened. Joey's arrived! And look at the colours! A red mummy-roo and a yellow daddy-roo had an orange Joey. She liked to comb her fur by brushing up against Banksia's. She's orange. The yellow mummy-roo and the blue daddy-roo had a green Joey. He liked to practice his hopping by chasing green tree frogs. A blue mummy-roo and a red daddy-roo had a purple Joey. She liked hiding. Sometimes she hid in the lily-pilly bushes, and sometimes she hid in her mummy-roo's pouch. Look at that colour wheel. The young Joeys played together at the watering hole, but when the drought came to an end, it was time to leave. The kangaroos had arrived at the red mob, the blue mob and the yellow mob, and left as one happy, colourful family. The end. Now there's lots to learn about this book, but the one I want to talk about is how the primary colours mix together to make new colours, and I'm going to demonstrate that for you now. So now we're going to do some drawing and some painting to demonstrate how special these three primary colours are. And of course, I'm talking about red, yellow and blue. So today, when we're painting, even though we've got a large rainbow of colours here, guess what three colours we're going to use? Just blue, just yellow and just red. But you might see that our artwork has more than those three colours in it. So we're going to be doing a landscape today, and a landscape is an artwork that is of land, essentially, something outside. And so when I'm drawing, I'm going to draw with a Sharpie. It's a permanent marker, and that's very important. So if you're using a texture today, it needs to be permanent, because later we're going to be adding water. If you use a different texture, it will bleed and it will turn into paint as well, and we don't want that. So if you're going to work with a texture today, please make sure it's a permanent one. However, you definitely can use a pencil. I probably suggest that. I'm going to use a texture though, because you'll be able to see what I'm doing much better. Okay, so I'm going to start on the left hand side here, and I'm just going to draw a mountain coming down. Bit of an arch shape. Now I'm going to add another mountain, and it's going to meet this second mountain here. I'm going to bring this line to the side. Awesome. So I've got two mountains here. Now what I'm going to do, you could use a ruler if you need to, but I'm just going to draw a nice straight line coming from this mountain to the end of my paper. Now what we're going to do, from this corner here, you see this point, we're going to do just a wobbly kind of line coming down to the bottom of the page. I'll show you what I mean. Wobble, wobble, wobble. That's just suggesting a bit of a shore line. Can you see that? This is the water. This is the sand and this is the shore. So we're actually going to do one more wobbly line. There. This is our landscape. I've got some mountains here, some sand here, some beautiful water and a sky. And the only colours we're going to use to paint them are our primary colours. So grab your water and brush. And the first colour I'm going to start off with is my blue. And in using my blue, I'm going to paint the sky and this part of the water. Remember, when painting, try to stay nice and neat. So that means painting side to side, right to the edges.
I'm actually also going to paint inside this line here. So I'm painting all of the water. Wonderful. So now wash your brush very, very well. And now we're going to work with red. Now when painting red, I'm going to paint both of my mountains here. There. All right, wash your brush really well. And now we're just going to paint our sand, but we're not finished yet. So we have a lovely landscape picture, but it is not finished yet. We have obviously done the water, the sky, the sand, and the hills. But now what we're going to do is use our watercolours to show how primary colours mix together to make secondary colours. So what we're going to start with is this bit of shore here. Now we've already painted that blue, but I'm going to use yellow on top of my blue to see what's going to happen when we mix those two primary colours together. Does anyone have any ideas what colour it might make? Let's see. Wow, look at that. What's happened, guys? Our primary colour blue and our primary colour yellow have mixed together to make a green shoreline there. All right, let's keep going. I'm now going to paint this front mountain here, and I've already painted it red, but now I'm also going to use my yellow to see what happens when red and yellow mix together. Does anyone have an idea? Oh, look at that. Wow. Some kids that I teach sometimes think I'm a magician and that this is magic, but it's not. Anyone can do this. It's just the special thing about colours, and specifically primary colours. So hopefully you're able to see there that red and yellow together make orange. The last thing we're going to do today is finish off with our sky. Now our sky is already blue, but we're going to use red to paint over the top and see what new colour is made. Ho, ho, ho. There. So our third and final secondary colour, that's the name of the colour that happens when two primary colours mix together. So our final secondary colour is purple, and that's what happens when we mix blue and red. So we've sort of made a little mini colour wheel artwork, and it shows you what happens when you mix the two colours either side. It creates the one in the middle. And hopefully you're able to have a go and see how colours mix so beautifully.
So it's as simple as that. I hope you've been able to create a really exciting version of a colour wheel today. A colour wheel is normally a circle with different wedges in it showing different colours. However, today you've created your own version in a beachy kind of landscape style. Hope you've been able to learn and remember what happens when colours are mixed together, and that you've created an artwork that you're really happy and proud of. Please make sure that you subscribe below and give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Thanks again for joining me here at Art Life, and I'll see you next time.